Okay, now we'll try to understand what are dielectrics. So you have studied three different types of materials: conductors, semiconductors and insulators. So basically dielectrics are insulators, or else you can call them non-conductors. Dielectrics are of two types depending on the molecules of which they are made up of. So first type is non-polar dielectric and second is polar dielectric. Non-polar dielectrics are made up of non-polar molecules and polar dielectrics are made up of polar molecules. So we need to understand what are polar and what are non-polar molecules. So first, non-polar molecules. See, what do you mean by the word polar? It comes from the word poles. You might have heard about North Pole and South Pole in the magnet, or else you might have heard in a dipole, negative pole and positive pole. So the molecules which have such poles, positive and negative poles, are known as polar molecules, and the molecules which don't have positive and negative poles are known as non-polar molecules. So in a non-polar molecule, the centers of the positive charge and the negative charge, they coincide. They are at the same place. So the molecule does not have a positive side and a negative side, and hence the net dipole moment of the molecule is zero. Example of non-polar molecule, we'll see this example H2, and we'll try to understand from the concept of electronegativity how this molecule is non-polar. See, suppose if this is one hydrogen atom and if this is another hydrogen atom, you know what is electronegativity. It was the tendency of an atom to gain electron. So suppose if we place an electron at the center of these two hydrogen atoms, then as both are hydrogen atoms, their electronegativity is going to remain same. It is equal. So this electron will neither feel any attraction toward this hydrogen nor it will feel any attraction towards this hydrogen atom, because the force exerted by both the hydrogen on this electron is going to be equal. So this electron will remain at the same point at the center only. And as the electron remains here only at the center, we don't have any positive and negative side in this molecule, and hence this is a non-polar molecule. Okay, now we'll try to understand what are polar dielectrics. So the polar dielectrics are the dielectrics which are made up of polar molecules. Then what are polar molecules? In polar molecules, we will be having positive and negative poles of the molecule. How that happens? See here, the centers of the positive and the negative charges, they don't coincide. They are separate, and hence the molecule will have a net dipole moment. See, they will have a permanent dipole moment. I have written here molecule. Why I am stressing on this word molecule? Because here the dipole moment of the molecule is going to be not equal to zero, and not of the polar dielectric slab. Okay, see, there is a difference. Polar dielectric is made up of polar molecules. These individual polar molecules are going to have dipole moment, but that does not mean that the whole polar dielectric slab will have net dipole moment. That I'll explain you how. Just see, polar molecule means the positive and the negative charge centers will not coincide. They will be far away from each other. So suppose this side is positive and this side is negative, so this creates a dipole. So this happens in a molecule. So now I can say that this molecule has permanent dipole moment. But if I am talking about polar dielectric slab, then if I am drawing this polar dielectric slab, it is going to have molecules which are polar. So suppose this is one molecule, this is another molecule, this is another molecule. See all the dipoles. They are randomly oriented, and hence the net dipole moment of this slab, P net, that is net dipole moment of the polar dielectric slab, is going to be 0. Okay, so the polar molecule will have net dipole moment, but the polar dielectric slab is not going to have any net dipole moment. Okay, so this was the definition of polar molecule, that the centers, the positive and the negative centers of the charges, they don't coincide. Okay, now we'll try to understand polar molecule from the example. Suppose we consider the example of HCl. See here, this H is positive, Cl is negative, and there is distance between H and Cl, and hence this molecule is polar. Again, we'll try to understand this from the concept of electronegativity as we understood non-polar molecule. Now we'll try to understand this for polar molecule. Okay, our example was HCl. So suppose this is H and suppose this is Cl, and now I am placing one electron at the center, at this position. We know that this chlorine is more electronegative than this hydrogen. So what happens? This electron will be attracted towards the chlorine. So instead of remaining at the center, this electron will move in this direction and it will remain near to the chlorine atom, and hence this becomes negative. So now this side of the molecule will be negative and this side is going to be positive with respect to this side. So now see, this side becomes positive, this side becomes negative, and now see what is this? We can say that this is a dipole. So now this is polar molecule and this was non-polar molecule. So just see here, this is H which was positive, this is Cl which is negative. So what will be the direction of the net dipole moment of this molecule? It will be from negative to positive. Now if I want to understand the direction of dipole moment in this molecule H2O, then this O is negative, this H is positive. So the dipole moment, if I consider the vector, then it will be in this direction, that is this direction. For this side, this is negative, this is positive. So the vector dipole moment will be in this direction. Now if I have two vectors, one is in this direction, another one is in this direction. So resultant of these two vectors, that will be the resultant dipole moment of this molecule. So one is in this direction, one is in this direction. So resultant from the law of parallelogram will be like this here. So it will be along, it will be vertically downwards.